morning report. It's the 31st, it's the last day of July 2023, and it's a Monday. And then the significance of daily reports. They help me. They help me set my intention. Hi Luke, how you doing, mate? Morning reports help me set my intention on a daily basis. I wake up in the morning, I talk to a screen. The reason I talk to a screen is because I'm setting my own intention, and I'm reminding myself that there is but one true force that is working on mankind that they're ignoring. And I only say ignoring because I don't have much evidence for it being different than ever before. And what is that one true force? Well, that one true force is the idea of unconditional love. We confuse love because love can be in many people, especially men, men who are lonely, and that can be inclusive. I can be included in that. But many men who are lonely confuse their lust for love. And that's me speaking broadly about men. And then, you know, a woman who's been hurt by a man, or women that have been hurt by men, turning away from men. And there's evidence of that, not only on my level, but like on my personal level, but in society. And what they're turning away from is nothing to do with, you know, the individual relationships. They're turning away from male dominance with good cause. I mean, really good cause. I believe that the patriarchal system of controls that we live under in this day and age, I'm talking about 2023, this patriarchal society is being run by a handful of people, male dominant, but there are some women. See, the clever way they do it is, it's not about masculinity or being a man, and they've flipped all this on its head with, you know, various movements. But the truth is, it's not that men have to assert themselves as men. It's masculinity and femininity being part of the oneness of humanity. We, inside all of us, is a spiritual body, a light body, or a duality that is both male and female. That doesn't mean that men have to start acting feminine and women have to start acting masculine. That means if you don't achieve that balance within yourself, then you're going out into the world projecting one or the other, or in some cases a confused, mixed version of that. And that's part and parcel of this problem, I think, that we're facing in this ever dividing society that we're in. Is, you know, we're in a society that's been divided in many ways, in religion, sex, I mean, just so many politics. All of it is division, division, division. Now we need to unify around an idea that is either balanced or unbalanced. And if it's unbalanced, then we're going to feel that ever-moving, unbalanced feeling. So we've got to get rid of the idea that we need either as a ruling premise for life. We don't need to be divided more, we need to be unified more. So we have to get rid of this idea of patriarchy and matriarchy and balance the male and female within us all. And that even goes for your macho men and your ultra girly girls and all. None of that that's just the outward personification of what you have inside, which is a balance of humanity. You're a human being first before you're a sexual being. You're a human being first before you're a political being. You're a human being first before you're a racially divided being. All of these things are about being human and balancing your life and going out into the world and having influence on others. So I don't like to tackle subjects that are divisive, but I'm witnessing it on a regular basis, and it's neither one nor the other, it's both. And this is again, it's an internal thing that is projected externally on society. So try and find that balance within you where you try as hard as you can to be non-judgmental over somebody's choices, but at the same time recognize the imbalance of life and how you're responsible for that imbalance too. You go out there and act like a dick. It's like men have never been in charge, but they've hung on to and clung on to power that they wield. Women have seen that template work for thousands and thousands of years, and some of them have said, well, yeah, I can do that, and so they do it. But what we do is we end up with polarity shifts, but not changes. It's one extreme or the other. We have to balance it within ourselves in order to operate outside of that control system. That's an opinion. Happy Monday. I like that band. They were really good. They were fun. Happy Mondays. Yeah. Lots of love going out into the world, and there are a lot of people that are understanding what I'm talking about, because all I'm doing is being aware of what is truly happening within society. That's all. It's not difficult. You can see it yourself. Go out today, meet people, be around people, witness the lack of love for each other, for each other's position. Everybody is suffering from the same divisive trauma. There's other traumas, our own individual childhood traumas that sometimes reoccur, but we have to keep a lid on that. But the truth is the traumatic idea that we can't attain a loving, caring society. That's a big one, isn't it? If we give up, if we say, oh, I can't do that, I can't attain a loving, caring society, then quietly give up and go in the corner. Don't be screaming about like end of the world stuff. This is not the end of the world. This is an active choice about where you go and who you're with, based on the balance of your feelings. I'm going to try and use both hands this morning. Woo! 5 fingers. It's Damn, I don't want to be too wide. Okay, 5 fingers. It's like mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. Balance those 4. You know, it's simple. Balance those 4. Now, I don't keep them in balance as much as I could, because I'm constantly being not attacked, because that makes me a victim. I'm constantly being reminded of the imbalance in the world, which makes my balance somewhat dubious, which is weird, because I really practice mental, physical, emotional and spiritual balance. But then I go and pontificate, which is what I'm doing right now. I talk to the screen, so I'm transmitting and receiving. So that's the 5, right? So, 5 fingers on your hand, simple enough. Transmitting and receiving. And once I start transmitting and receiving messages and giving out messages of peace and love and understanding and real empathy, compassion, once I give those messages out on a daily basis, I'm reminding myself to stay on track, but I'm also reminding others that this is a world that we create. We can create a better world if we're creative. So be the love that you feel and take it out into the world and magnify it, amplify it, and we can change the world into a much more caring, loving, and empathetic, compassionate world. Just it's a responsibility, and many people are confused by it, which is understanding, because they do want to confuse us, so be the love that you want to see in the world, and make sure that love has a balanced basis in unconditional love. Don't put conditions on it. I mean, it's like it's a multifaceted thing, love. It's not just male lust or power over others. That's the other thing. It's like people use love to gain power over another, which is gross. I mean, it's absolutely gross. They're using it for the opposite of its means. Love each other, but come from a balanced space. Make sure that love is balanced before you offer it out to the world, but at the same time still offer love out into the world. Try and balance it within first. That's all. And it can be the non-racial, non-partisan, non-sexual, non-political balance that should be a non-control system, but this based in love, peace, and understanding of each other. That's all. It's easy. Do it for yourself. Take it out into the world and practice it. And because it's new, I mean, look through history. It's not been done before. So when people say, "Oh, this is terrible," the transition we're going through, the things we're going through, the trauma that's put out in society, the leadership, all this stuff, it's a painful transition. We've never, as humans, really, I mean, there's been times when it got close, but we've never really lived a truly loving, unconditional loving lifestyle. It's definitely worth giving it a go, I'll tell you, because the opposite is more a continuation. It's a continuation of this division. And the more you get divided, the less you're able to express yourself freely through choice, through active choice. And that's a great responsibility. And it's a good one. It's a good one to have. But it's an active choice, and you have to activate it. All right. Love, live, life. Lovely that you joined me, Mr. Luke. Luke is one of the best cinematographers I've ever worked with. I've worked with so many. Great cinematographer. Luke Nicknair. Really just a man that can see through a lens clearly at a time when many people are looking through very distorted lenses. You see what I mean? He can see clearly, and that's what makes him a great cinematographer. All right, love, live, life. Go out there, love, live, life. Mean it. Nah. Well, we all are. Yes. I accept it. I am an artist. Thank you, Luke. But there's an art to life. There's an art to everything, really. And if you are a true artist, then you never leave the page. You're always creating artistically, and hopefully that's part of my gift. I've been gifted with many things. Anyway, the other thing to practice, I think, if you're going to talk about art, is the art of listening. Not that act of listening. We all have wonderful, well, that's not true. Most of us have the wonderful ability of hearing, but it's the act of listening. When you truly understand what another person is saying to you, work on that one. I mean, I pontificate, and sometimes I drown out the other person by just talking over them, which is gross. I don't like doing it, but this is the reason why I'm talking to my screen and not doing this in conversations every day with other people, even though I do hint upon it. But it's like, I have to listen to understand where other people are in reality, where they are in their perception of reality. Again, we're back to the senses, you know. This is why I talked about Luke looking through a lens, because we all look through a lens. But yeah, be the multifaceted, multi-dimensional human that understands that love is the most powerful thing in the world, and use it wisely. That's all it means, you know. Balance it and use it wisely. Love, live, life. I gotta go. Lots to do. All right. Cheers then, and yeah, practice. Love, live, life.